All right, so let's go ahead and look at probably my favorite submission from my favorite position, okay? It's the X choke from the full mount. Super basic, it's day one jiu-jitsu, but I mean, you see it used at the black belt level all the time here, okay? Especially like if you watch Roger Gracie, he really perfected this. Professor Lovato, of course, really good with his X choke. So we're gonna teach you those details here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with head control here. And what I can look to start doing is put my thumb in his collar here, okay? And when I'm ready to go, I'm gonna loop my arm around, and then like if we were in a competition or anything like that, man, I would drop the hammer right away. I put a lot of pressure on his neck here. I don't want any space. I don't want his fingers coming to the inside here, disrupting this choke. So when I loop it around, I really do a good job of pressing my forearm up against his neck here, okay? Once I loop this arm around, it's very important that I start to tighten this up, okay? It's just a detail that's missed a lot, and it can really make or break your choke here. So you see how I'm down on my elbow here? I can use my right hand to start cinching this up as deep as I possibly can. A lot of the times we have a really good and nice deep choke with my first hand here. A lot of times that's all I really need, okay? I could just kind of start looking to get this choke with just one hand if it's that deep and if it's that effective. But most of the time, we want to do this with clean technique, and I'm going to do it with two hands here. So once it's nice and deep, my hand's punching into the mat, I'm going to do my best to stay nice and low as I come all the way to the other side here. And now this is where it can get a little bit tough, especially if you want to take care of your training partner. But again, if it's a competition setting, I'm going to be leading with my elbow, making his face go up towards the ceiling, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my second grip here, okay? And this is just grabbing right at the material on his shoulder here. I'm not looking to put my thumb in the collar or anything like that. A lot of times it just takes too much time, and I don't necessarily need it to finish this choke here, okay? Now, once I have both of my grips in, I'm going to start bringing my head down towards the mat, specifically towards my top hand, okay? And as I bring it down, I'm going to loosen up just for John's sake here. As I bring my head down to the mat, the way I finish is I bring my elbows along the sides of my ribs to get the submission, okay? And I loosened up a lot there just just to make him breathe, even just a little bit. But man, a lot of the times you get the choke even before you can even get your head down to the mat here. All right, so again, I'll loop it around, and if he's fighting, try to trap this arm here, I always want to make sure that I can get my hand to the inside before I come around, okay? Again, if his arms are in the way, it starts disrupting the choke. There's modifications I can do, but for the basic X choke, even if his arm's on the inside, I can still tighten it up here and then look to loop it through, or I can look to loop it through first and then tighten it up. The order doesn't really matter so long as you remember to get this grip here, okay? So once it's tightened up as deep as I can get it, I want to stay low on my elbow. And again, guys, I don't want to have my head be directly over his head for too long here, okay? Especially since he already has this base taken away. It's very easy for him a lot of the times to bridge and roll and escape his position here. All right, so as I'm coming around, I almost kind of I don't pause here, right? As I start to move, I just completely skip over his head onto the other side here, and now I can start leading with my elbow, scraping his face, get my second grip, and I'll look to put my head down to the mat first for base before I start to apply this choke. Okay, so my head comes all the way down, bring my elbows along my rib cage, and I get the submission. Okay, one more cough, one more time. So here we go, all the way through once more. That, like I said, is my favorite choke from my favorite position, the X choke.